Welcome to USA Skateboarding's Road to Tokyo, presented by Toyota. The moderator, Chris Pastras, joined here by Jordyn Barratt, Heimana Reynolds, and Jagger Eaton, 3 members of our USA national skateboard team. So let's talk to you, Heimana, about just the last year and everything.
Yeah, my main highlight was definitely winning the World Championships in Sao Paulo. That contest was amazing. I mean, just the energy level of all the skaters, all the Brazilian people just screaming their heads off because they just love skateboarding. It just all came together, you know, and I actually did my very first padless 5 in my final run and bumped my score. So that was definitely pretty crazy, and just, it was amazing, man. Like, everything about that contest was just perfect. I loved it.
Lowlights of the last year.
Yeah, Rio was crazy. I mean, personally, the park, I was struggling a little bit with that park layout, but I mean, I still had a fun time. I didn't make the finals due to just didn't really put together my best run, and it wasn't enough. It was cool to be able to watch it and just kind of sit on the sidelines and cheer everybody else on. I had a fun time anyways.
How about you guys? Highlights from the last year?
For me, I have to say Rio. First off, that was the first event for me where I went in there doing 2 events, and I kind of blew it in street, but at the same time, that was such an eye-opener for me. Like, the amount of shape that I need to be in to compete 2 events. In that downfall and then getting second in park, that felt like a huge win. And I kind of walked out of there with a lot more info about my body and kind of about competing 2 events. Because I also had a really gnarly injury last year. Right before that event that Heimana was talking about where he won, I gave myself an upper ankle sprain, which is a really rare ankle injury. Not very common to happen, but it did. And it took me out for about 6 weeks. So right now, like, going into this year, I'm just trying to just be smart with what I do, just stay healthy, and just hopefully just push through this season with a couple wins and a couple dubs, and then meet all y'all in Japan.
Keep going with the theme of highlights and lowlights. Jordyn, what would you consider your top highlight of the last year?
I'd say probably Rio was one of my favorite from last year. It was kind of surreal to be at an event again and be with all my friends. And I've never been to Rio. I've been to Brazil a few times, but never Rio. So it was cool to check out a new place and skate a new park and be back with all the homies and have fun.
Now let's talk through lowlights of the last year.
Definitely the low light of last year is my injury. Never really gotten hurt like that seriously, I guess. I've never had surgery. I didn't really know how long it was gonna take to heal. So it kind of made me like want to get stronger physically, do more, as much PT as I possibly could. When I kind of was like, okay, I'm in the clear, I'm not injured anymore, was when I was able to surf and like turn around for a wave super quickly and paddle as hard as I needed to, and it not hurting. That was like, oh my gosh, like I did it, we're good.
For those of you watching, you've been watching the USA Skateboarding Road to Tokyo, presented by Toyota. We'll see you soon. Peace.